I'm a black guy, but I'm not exactly dark skinned. I'm also not light skinned either. I usually attract more pale skinned white girls. I don't attract mixed race girls or black girls, and that's my only personal experience.
Your dating life is predominantly with pale white girls. Is that what you're saying?
Basically, yeah.
Is that your preference though?
Yeah, that's my preference, yeah.
Oh, so then that's perfect for you.
But what I've realized is that a lot of black guys, they can't judge what looks good. So like when I look at a black guy with a white girl, in his mind, she's a 9 out of 10. But when I look at her, she's like a 6. I don't know. Yeah, that's what I feel sometimes.
I see that all the time. Some black guys, they're so focused on doing interracial dating and wanting to make out that it's some perfect ride for them, that they'll act like, oh yeah, with some bad Becky. No, I only get the baddest ones. They love black guys. Like, and blood, everybody that knows me knows I always say the majority are not into black guys. They're not the majority. I'm not saying none of them. I'm just saying the majority, especially if they're really, really good looking. Yeah. Let me ask you this though. Why do you think that black women are not attracted to you? What do you think it is? What's the reason?
It's very hard to kind of understand why. To be fair, I think a lot of it is because of my image. Like, I don't think I fit that particular image that maybe black women go for. I think my phenotype is not really appealing to them.
What is your phenotype, bruv? Let's hear it. What do you look like? Let's keep it real.
I mean, I'm brown. I'm like a brown, just normal brown complexion, but okay. I get mistaken sometimes for being like East African or something, even though I'm not.
Okay.
Like, I'm absolutely not. I'm
all right, we get the complexion. What else? What else do you look like?
6 foot tall. You know, I'm about 85 kilograms, so 12% body fat.
Okay.
You know, I have a full head of hair, I have a full beard. That's basically what I look like.
Bro, because what you've described yourself as, you're 6 foot and you've got a good build and low body fat. Why wouldn't black women like that?
Yeah, that's why I'm confused.
What would you rate your face out of 10?
I'd say 7.
A 7. I mean, everybody says 7 still. Everybody says 7.
I've had girls say all different types of things. I really have lost track at this point, but I've never had someone say that I'm ugly or anything like that. But I don't.
When's the last time you tried to approach a black girl?
I don't think I've ever approached a black girl, to be honest.
So you don't know if they like you or not then?
Actually, I think I did. Yeah, I did once. And she just rejected me, yeah. This is like 2016, I think.
Wow. But bro, like the thing about it, yeah, is that you're saying, oh, black women, mixed race women ain't attracted to you, boom, 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 like. But more time, yeah, and I'll say this from my own experience, more time when I've got girls is when I've approached them, bro. I'm just being real. I've approached them. I've started it. I've been the hunter. It kind of sounds like you've not really approached them like that. So with those pale white girls, do you approach them or do they approach you?
So it's actually a mix. So like I approach them and they approach me, yeah.
So bro, do you understand what you've just done, bruv? You don't approach black girls. You don't approach mixed race girls. But anyway, they're not your preference anyway, right? But
nah, they're not your preference.
Exactly. So you can't say that they don't like you, bro, because you don't approach them and they're not your preference. So it's not really a fair thing to say, oh, they don't like me. I'm 6 foot and I'm in shape and I'm 10% body fat and blah, blah, blah. That's not a fair thing to say. It don't make sense, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, you approach them pale white things because you like them. And you probably, when you see them, because they're your preference, you probably give them some kind of look. You give them a look to say, come and say something. And sometimes they come approach you. That's it.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm like a scientist, bruv. What do you mean? What do you mean, bruv?
I think a lot of it is like, because I personally, like, I'm not someone that just approaches randomly. I kind of like, it's more of quality over quantity. So I usually, like, if I am going to approach a girl, I'll look at her, get eye contact. And a lot of times when I do look at black girls or mixed race girls, they usually look away or they're not smiling. They don't look approachable, like in my opinion. And
I will agree with you there. I will agree with you there that a lot of times, like some women from our community can look a bit like grumpy. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's the thing. A lot of us black guys, we look grumpy. I look grumpy when I'm outside. I know I do, bruv. Our community has been socially engineered a certain type of way. We've faced an experience that these other groups don't face. They have the luxury to kind of be happy, and the women are just smiling and all that, smiling for no reason, bruv. I remember I dated some blonde chick. She was so bubbly and happy and merry, bro. It used to get on my nerves, bruv. I'm just being honest. Because I was so used to that like, I don't know, like not even grumpy, but just like a little bit, like, I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it, bruv. But she was just so, but because her background is so just different. Do you know what I mean? But I do get what you're saying. A lot of times you see some girl, you might see a girl you like, and then she just doesn't look that approachable. But you never know, bruv. But at the end of the day, you've already said it. Your preference is the pale white girls. So that's what you're going to gravitate to. And really, that's what's going to gravitate to you.
Yeah, I agree with what you said. I personally don't go for English girls either. I do go for mainly foreign girls in certain countries. Like I've got countries on my list with the certain type of look that I go for, and I just stick to that.
Man got a list and that. Passport bros. Let's go.
Yeah. Basically passport bro, yeah.
I hear that. So would you say that you only date, so you're saying you would only date white girls, yeah?
Yeah, basically, yeah. I would.
Okay.
That's my, yeah.
Is
like,
that, so out of all your black male friends, are they all kind of the same, or are they different to you?
They're different in terms of what they say, but their actions show otherwise. You know, I feel like a lot of black guys, especially, and I might be taking a bit of a dig, especially darker skinned black guys. They will say that, yeah, I don't only date white girls or I like black girls, but their actions show otherwise. I mean, I know many black guys that I've never seen them with a black girl. I've never seen them with a mixed race girl. I've seen them with only white girls, you know? That's I think they're doing that because that's what they want, but then they won't actually admit it, you know, whereas I will actually admit it, you know, because I'm someone that is honest. I'd rather not lie. So, yeah.
No, I respect it. Like, you know, just live your truth in it, live your movie and say exactly what it is. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, I think there's some truth to that. What I've noticed out of people I know personally is that, like, in the early years, like there was a lot of black guys that I knew that only used to mess around with white girls and mixed race girls. But when it came time to actually settling down, they settled down with a black woman. I'll be real, I don't really get too focused on who people date until they decide to actually make a real commitment to that person. So it's like either you have kids with that person or you marry that person. That really shows what you're about, innit? Because just dating someone, what does that really mean? What does it really mean, bruv? And until you've got to the point where you've anchored them into your life, that's when it's serious now. But when you're dating, bro, people go in and out of dates every day, B.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like, that's how it is. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. So, I hear that, bro. Go on.
I do think that, because what that other caller said as well, I do think some black guys do need to be soups in some way. I mean, I'm not saying literally, but in some way you are expected, if I'm being honest, to be Superman.
Yeah.
And you have to have the stereotypical archetype of a West African or Caribbean man. You know, you need to, you know, I'm not saying you have to be tall, but what I've seen, and I think this is quite damaging, is a lot of girls have a trend for liking guys with bigger muscles now. Every girl that I've spoken to have seen, especially if they're really attractive, it's not that they're with a guy that's tall. The guy has big muscles. I saw a black guy the other day with a white girl that was my type. And this guy looked like he was on something, basically, and he was black. And I just know if he wasn't built like that, I don't think he would have gotten that girl. So that's what I've seen personally. So if you are a black guy, if you are skinny, I think you will struggle, in my opinion.
What you mean doing interracial dating? Because I think a lot of times when we have these conversations, or a lot of times when people talk about, oh yeah, white girls or non-black girls, they love black guys, blah 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 blah. But yeah, what type of black guys though? Because really and truly, we know hypergamy is a thing. We know that most women want that the top guys. If it's looks, height, money, willy size, all them things, innit? Do you get what I'm saying? Now, if you're more on the average side, or if you're below average in a lot of those departments, you're going to struggle in or outside the community regardless. In fact, I think you will struggle more outside the community, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's not sunshine and rainbows. Like if you do this interracial dating, you know, if you haven't done the self-improvement, if you haven't worked on yourself, and you're just broke and you don't go to the gym, and more than likely you haven't lost weight, you know, and you try to do this, you can't, you're not going to get exactly what you want. It's just not going to happen. But yeah, that's what I have to say.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think it's not a fair game. There's some guys that are just going to do better than you. Some guys are going to be able to date the women that you want easy, and you're going to have a struggle. That's just the reality, bro. Like, it's not all fair out here, but everybody's got an opportunity to better themselves and, you know, try to go for what they want. Do you get what I'm saying?
100%.
So I do agree with that.